Well, welcome back, or welcome for the first time. Stefanie here. I invite you to pop in your earbuds as we go on this whispering adventure. You're watching the Strength Discover channel where I take you on soft-spoken ASMR whispering adventures, all with the intention to connect with your physical vessel and that embodied sense of self. If you enjoy this kind of slow, magical content, I invite you to like, subscribe, and say hello in the comments. You can also support my creations by buying me a coffee or subscribing to the Whisper Journal. You can find the links in the description. And keep in mind that swearing is a part of the vibe here, all in love and punctuation. So for today's whispering adventure, we're going to be exploring some self-massage and using some affirmations around the idea of self-forgiveness. It's taken me a long time after my religious trauma to embrace the concept of forgiveness in a way that I can use for myself, instead of it coming from a higher power. So I hope this whispering adventure serves you fucking well today. I invite you to begin by placing your hands on your heart center and breathing, noticing, and being present with you. Breathing in and out of the nose, either noticing the breath at the nose or at the chest, breathing and dropping down into your physical vessel. Maybe humming on the exhale if that feels good to you. Giving yourself permission to breathe and be present with you. Bringing a gentle smile to the corners of your mouth. Breathing. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest. Being with you. Not the idea of you, but the physical experience of you. And for our self-massage today, I'm going to invite you to bring your hands down to your knees. Gently rubbing your knees in a circular motion. Notice the sensation of your hands touching your knees. Drop the mind into the experience of your knees. Maybe moving into squeezing and releasing. Above the knees, below the knees, all around. Noticing and being present as you massage your physical vessel. Remembering to breathe. Allow your hands to move up the thighs, the fronts and backs Maybe moving up into the hips and glutes, massaging in any way that feels natural to you, noticing what it feels like in your legs. What sensations are you creating with your massage? Allow this massage to create those feel-good bumps all over your body. You being present with you as we drop down into the body in preparation to explore the concept of self-forgiveness. Let's move up to the low back, around the sides of the torso, to the front of the belly, all the way around the torso and mid-back. Dropping the mind down into the experience of your body. Moving up to the chest, the shoulders, massaging, squeezing, releasing, giving yourself the gift of self-touch in a way that brings rest, relaxation, resetting your nervous system with you. You always have you with you. Teaching yourself that self-touch can be a way to ground down into the present moment through your body. I invite you to rub your hands together. Dropping the mind down into the hands. Breathing. Pulling the hands apart. Noticing the sensation and energy that you've generated through massage and through rubbing your hands together. And as you breathe and notice what you notice, I invite you to allow these words of self-forgiveness to meet you in the way that you need today. Also, if it feels good to you, you're welcome to tap right below the collarbones on the chest or down on the sternum. These are both tapping points in EFT tapping that helps us connect with our physical vessels and helps energy move through. Feel free to just breathe and notice your sensation in your body. Or if you need some extra sensation, tap right below the collarbones. I forgive myself for the feeling of anxiety. I forgive myself for feeling criticized. I forgive myself for feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I am a beautiful fucking human, And it's normal to have these experiences. So instead of judging me, I choose to relax, drop down into the moment, and forgive me. I forgive my body for being in pain. I forgive myself for feeling like I've needed to hide and be invisible in order to survive. Please allow these words of self-forgiveness to be tweaked in any way that serves you well today. I forgive myself for feeling like I'm not good enough. I forgive myself for believing that I'm not good enough. I forgive myself for feeling like I'm broken. And I give myself permission to embrace the beautiful fucking human experience that I'm having. I've moved to having my hand just gently placed on my heart space. Feel free to do that if you feel called to, or continue tapping, or just noticing the breath. Choose your personal pathway through this self-connection experience. I forgive myself for believing that I'm broken instead of accepting the beautiful human that I am. I forgive myself for staying in places and spaces that required me to feel and believe that I was broken. I forgive myself for not having boundaries in place to protect my well-being. I forgive myself for not taking up space as the real me. I forgive myself for not believing that I have every right to take up space as the real me. Feel free to take a drink break if that feels aligned for what your body needs. Or simply breathe and allow these words to settle in to you, giving yourself full fucking permission to let go of self-judgment and embrace the beautiful goddamn human that you are, including your imperfections, including the parts that you've rejected. forgive myself for not knowing that I can be loved as the real fucking me. I give myself permission to take up space as myself with the people who value the real me. I give myself permission to know deep in my physical vessel that being me and loved as the real me is a human right of belonging. And that it's okay if I'm not everybody's cup of tea, because not everybody is my cup of tea. Breathe and be. Live and let live. Let's rub the hands together again. Noticing, breathing, giving yourself full permission to be you, to forgive you, to love you, to meet yourself in those spaces so deeply that you can do that for others when you're in their presence. I don't know if you can hear that, but it started raining outside. I invite you to allow these words to work in your system like rain, washing away the shame for simply having a human experience, for having thoughts, emotions, sensations, letting go of what you think your experience is supposed to be, and giving yourself permission to show up and embrace you as you are. Forgive yourself and give yourself permission to be a beautiful fucking human that's learning and growing and evolving. It can be a beautiful experience when we let go of believing that we should be different than what we are right now. Meeting all parts of ourselves with radical acceptance, forgiveness, and permission to be as we are and to grow from where we are. Let's pull an oracle card to see what comes out. Bliss is worth creating from, for, and from. This card has the words from crossed out and the word for crossed out, and then from again. Interesting. For me, bliss comes from a space of radical acceptance and forgiveness. Because we are fucking human. We are going to make choices that maybe harm ourselves and maybe harm other people. And forgiving ourselves can move us into a state of bliss that we can create from and for. Let's see what else comes out. One fell down. Limitations inspire innovations. We are just humans. We do have limitation. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we're conditioned to believe that we shouldn't have limitation, that we should be able to be good at anything that we try, be perfect in some way. Especially with my background in religious trauma, there is this unconscious drive to be perfect and not respect that I do have limitations to keep my well-being intact, that it's okay that I need to set boundaries in order to cultivate well-being for myself. Interesting. I would love to know how these are meeting your experience today. Let me know in the comments how this is resonating. We've navigated quite a bit today, dropped into our bodies with self-massage and breath, been present with the concept of self-forgiving, and pulled a couple oracle cards to expand maybe into what comes after forgiveness and radical acceptance of self. We can still have bliss in this messy human experience. It's not one or the other. Claim both. You deserve to have both. Space for being an imperfect, beautiful fucking human, and permission to have bliss and joy in the experience as well. Nice. I hope this whispering adventure has met you in a place that enriches your fucking day. I hope you have a beautiful one. I will whisper at you next time. Bye.